Welcome back, lovelies. Trust you've been good and fine as this beautiful client of mine that walk into the studio for a birthday shoot. Today's video is about a black skin, how we maintained and achieved this beautiful melanin, black and brown skin beauty. Let's get into the video. This video is a must watch, trust me guys. Welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Here is the beautiful before of my beautiful client. The section with her was extremely beautiful and her joy is contagious. Happy birthday in advance, dear. Okay, I'm starting off by cleansing her face with the Ghanaian micellar water. This is one of my all-time favorite brown. I love how it refreshes and hydrates the skin. I love how it cleans deeply, like it goes into the pores and drag out any dirty you have in the skin, because trust me, you want to be working on a clean canvas. And I'll be moving on to my all-time, every time, almost everyday favorite setting spray, makeup setting spray from the Gunu Effect. If you've not tried this before and you're a makeup artist, please pause. What did you wait for? To think it's very cheap. You know, it's a very cheap product be this. When I mean cheap, you can't compare it to your high-end brands, you know. Okay, moving on to my moisturizer from the Cosmetics Bomb. This moisturizer is just like the name, bomb. If you hear bomb, I'm saying as something we get first, we get with a B. That's what this moisturizer also serves as. It's a Nigerian brand, but it works magic. I think they did the proper research in this particular product. The moisturizer is lightweight, is water based, is refreshing, it hydrates your skin. This moisturizer is just almost everything. Aside my Olay and my Embolize and my Omari Code, this is my favorite moisturizer. Aside those names I've mentioned, because those are the moisturizer you will always see me use. You want to blend that properly, especially under the eyes. And this particular client of mine have a dry skin, so you want to moisturize the face properly. And I'm moving on to my primer, which is the Makeup Forever. This primer, I always take a pea size to apply, because the price of this primer presently, trust me, you don't want to hear it in dollar. It is expensive. And the good thing about this particular primer is that a little goes a long way. You can see the few areas where I applied it, yet it's just taking over the whole place. How beautiful it reduces fine line. In fact, this primer, leave matter. And then you want to blend out properly and move on to foundation. You know me, you know I'm a fan of mixing more than 2 shades of foundation, but here I'm just going to use these two. V Beauty and Beauty by AD. These two foundation, I've never used them separately alone. I always mix both shades together, and the magic they create. To think is a Nigerian brand. Like, do you want to hear the price for these two amazing foundation? Check out the blend. Look at her neck, look at her forehead. Just see how the foundation is going to melt into her skin. Okay, so I'll be moving on to the setting spray I used earlier on to hydrate our skin, which is the setting spray from the Gunu Effect. This remains one of my all-time favorite setting spray, also because of the ingredients it have. You know, most times as makeup artists we just buy due to whatever any makeup artists have hyped to us. No, mine, whatever I'm buying, I try to look at the ingredients, and this setting spray have rose water in it, so it works well for skin. And then I'm moving on to blending of my foundation. By now, if you watch all of my YouTube videos, you will know that this is the one and only foundation brush I will always use. And this foundation brush is from White Glam Cosmetics. I love the brush. I love the bristles. I love how soft it is. I love how even easy it is to wash. And then I'm just blending that in. And of course, by now, you know, I just dab, dab, dab. I push the foundation into her skin. I'm just going to zoom this closely so you see and understand what I'm talking about. Check out the combination of the two foundation and see how well blended it is. and how it just climbed into her skin without any obstruction. Sorry about the initial poor lighting, and then we have a proper lighting now. See her face. I had to zoom this beauty for you to see. And the excesses remaining on my brush, I just rub that around the neck and yes, around the neck areas and towards back of her ear. And then of course, when I'm done with using my brush, I move to my beauty sponge. This beauty sponge is from MK Beauty, one of the PRO packages they sent to me. And aside being a PRO package, I have bought several. Like, I'm not just saying this because it was given to me as a gift or as a PRO package. As in, I used it, I fell in love, and I've bought many more to even sell to my trainees. So this is one of those beauty sponge you should also look out for. MK Beauty Sponge. Like I will always say, use what works for you. Brushes work best for me when blending foundation. So I go in first with a brush before moving on to a beauty blender. And now I'm just going with my low light, which is also known as my contour. I'm using the initial dark shade, one of the foundation I mixed to achieve a skin color. So I'm just going in with the other dark shade to contour, like to create a low light around the parameters of her face or around the areas where I want low light to be, using the same beauty sponge from the MK Beauty. And again, you know I use beauty sponge a lot. One beauty sponge for almost everything. This beauty sponge I'm using right now for contour, which is low light. I'm also going to use it to highlight, and I'm also going to use it to apply my blush, and I'm also going to use it to blend the entire face. So I'm going in with this contour shade from Headline TM Essentials. Using this shade in Headline as my blush. I actually wanted to use another shade to create an orange illusion, but then again, looking at my model being a young lady, I wanted to just give her a younger baby look vibe. So you are seeing makeup, but you're not seeing makeup. This is skin on skin. This skin is skinning. Despite the fact that I applied the blush, it's not looking reddish, it's not looking all over the place. Man, forget, check out. Have you seen a skin work like this today? Tell me, have you seen a skin work like this on the net today? No, you've not. You know you have not. So please, guys, don't just look at this. Comment down below in the comment section. Please don't just type beautiful. I beg, make I beg you now. Don't just type this is nice. Type a constructive comment to help this ministry grow. And then I'm going in with my concealer from the Kevin Okwon. This is my recent love. Man, I fell in love with this concealer, and I am still in love with this concealer. And I don't think I'm going to fall out of being in love with this concealer, except I buy a fake one, of which I'm not going to buy a fake one at all, despite the fact that it is expensive. This is another value for money. Say it again, value for money. If you have it and you've used it and you understand what I am talking about, please don't walk up past this post to I beg. The comment section, make you tell me what you feel when you use them, so that you could take and encourage another person with the think of better concealer to buy. I don't highlight face shape the same way for all clients. For this particular client and for this face shape, this is how I highlight. When I mean highlight, this is where I want the highlight to be. Initially, you saw how I applied the low light. So this is just basically my style. The techniques I use is allowing the concealer to stay for some seconds before blending it. Yes, after applying, I allow it to be there for some few seconds so that it will be a bit sticky before blending. And then of course I'm blending using my beauty sponge. We are done with foundation, highlights and contour process. Turn around, baby. And hey, if you know me, you know I'm a sucker for Beauty by AD setting powder. My two recent favorite, by now you should know now, Beauty by AD and Mira Cosmetic. Aside Laura Mencia, I'm just talking of Nigerian brand for now, okay? See how the powder just melts into her skin under her eyes. And then there's something else I also do for a while now. I always apply the setting powder as shade on the entire face, lightly, not just on the areas where I have my highlights. And then you want to blend that properly. You go in light-handed before going in again and again. Look at that airbrush feeling, airbrush look. Blend, 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 blend. Keep pushing it in. And then if you're wondering, my beauty blender is not wet anymore and it's not that damp. It's a bit dry, but not so dry. This setting powder from Beauty by Eddie is also that powder you define as little go a long way, like just a little. Apply a little and spread it through the entire parameters of her face. And another good thing about this powder is that it's not just mattifying, it has a beautiful airbrush finishing. This is what I said. I'm going to just apply setting powder on the entire area of her face, like the whole face, but I go gently. If you are wondering, for that kind of small container, the powder go quick finish. Now lie, no quick finish anything. No dey quick finish anything. I don't know sha whether you dey throway your own, but my own I dey manage am dey use, so I dey take am small and then it really lasts. Because why it lasts long is because a little go a long way. Okay guys, like I said, if you have tried it or you are still using it or you intend to buy it, let me know on the comment section down below. And then they have 4 different shades. It comes in 4 different shades. Time to get this nose snatched. You can see how I'm snatching this nose. I move from the outer corner of the brows, like the beginning of the brows, and then I come all the way down to the bridge of her nose. I do that gently, and then I'm just going in with this brush to blend both together. We're going in with this contour shade from the Lavender Powder Palette. It's a Nigerian brand too. I'm just using a dark shade from the Lavender Powder Palette to contour the areas that I initially applied liquid contour foundation to earlier on. That's the powder. I think I have a picture of it or a video of it. I'll show you guys. It's a very nice powder. It's really nice. The texture is also very friendly. And then I'm just going to comb my brows. I already have a video of my brow tutorials, so please guys, try to watch out for that video. It's already up by now. Just go through that video and watch it. Yeah, I'm just using this pencil from Beauty Line by Didi to just arrange our brows, and I'm using this brow tamer from TM Essentials to just put our brow in place so that it can last long for the whole day. Done with the brows, I am just blending under eye crease using the same powder shade from the Lavender Powder Palette. What you are seeing is not an eyeshadow. I use a dark shade of powder to achieve this eye crease you are looking at, you're staring at now. If you look closely at it, the color on the eye crease is what you have on the bridge of her nose and on her contour. And then again, for a while now, I've been having this requested look, cut crease. I'm usually not a fan of cut crease. I love nude eyes, but after the last bride that requested for cut crease, almost all my clients have been asking for cut crease. Okay, so that is what we're about to achieve. But first, this is my eyeshadow base, which is the P. Louis eyeshadow primer. You just want to blend that in properly before adding any other product to the eyelid or to the eye base. I'm still blending my eyeshadow primer. Yes, you want to blend that very well thoroughly so that your eyeshadow doesn't crack, doesn't break. And then I don't understand this cut crease, is that the trend? You guys should let me know so that I'll create some more look on cut crease. Most of my clients are recently asking for a eyeshadow cut crease look. Is that the new trend? Please guys, let me know in the comment section. I need to know so that I will know the kind of content to create for you guys. And then again, when she initially asked for a cut crease, I looked at her eye shape, and then yeah, she have the eye shape for it. So here we are. I'm using this eyeshadow from my Anastasia's Beverly Hills. And then this brush, you know now, just the way you know my foundation brush. By now, you should know this brush, this eyeshadow brush. This is my favorite Vika Bell brush. Let me say it again in case you didn't hear it. Vika Bell. It's also a Nigerian brand. See, Nigerian brands, they are trying. I can't even remember where my MAC brush or some of my Morphe brush are. But these recent foundation, these recent brushes, these recent browns, they are doing well. Like, they are really doing well. I can practically use this one brush for almost everything. And then this eyeshadow brush is from the Nuban. I'm just going in with this smaller eyeshadow brush because on the crease, I need to get in there. Like, I need it to pop. Man, who could tell that? If I had not told you that this was from a powder palette, have you ever used a powder as your eyeshadow before? If you have, please let me know. Did you enjoy using it? Because I enjoy using a powder to achieve this beautiful look. This eyeshadow is a combination of a powder color on the crease and eyeshadow color on the eyelid. And then you want to sweep off the excesses that fell under the eyes during eyeshadow application. And then I'm using this pencil brush from the Vika Bell set to line liner to show. So the liner is just going to be like inside or on the lash line. This part is where I fear most for cut crease because you don't want a black liner showing, especially when you know the type of look you intend to create. Look into her eyes. You can see how dark it is from the inside and not from the outside. So guys, I hope you find this video useful and helpful. And then I'm going in again with that same gel liner from Zaron Cosmetics to line the waterline of her eyes. Of course, whatever you do on the right hand side of the eye, you have to do on the left hand side of the eyes to balance both. And then what I usually do is to tell my model or my clients to please take your eyes up, look at the ceiling so that I don't get to obstruct your beautiful created eyes. When I'm done with lining the eyes with black or any choice of eyeliner I choose to use, any color, I move on to my mascara. So I just mascara the eyes by applying that using a spoolie brush to darken the lash line, to darken our natural lashes. I'll wait for that to dry down a bit before moving on to fixing of my eyelashes. Of course, you know I usually use hand to fix my lashes. By now, it's not in use, okay? Okay, so I'm comfortable using my hand to fix lashes, and recently I'm learning how to use nails. Like, as you can see, I'm doing yanga. I have nails on, artificial nails. So I'm trying to master the act of fixing lashes with my nails on. And then I went in again to just further darken the eyes before using the color of a cosmetic lens to apply under the eyes, which is the waterline down below the under lashes. Whichever way, as you are seeing the video, I believe you are understanding what I am talking about. That I'm using to color under lash line is pink, and then I'm going in with this blush from TM Essentials. Apply it. It's not just a blush, there's this shimmery effect that it gives, like a glow. So I just used it as my glue. You can see how it is glowing. Honestly, I did not apply any glue. This was a blush from TM Essentials. Mostly use this particular blush for dark skin, melanin skin. It doesn't work for all skin. It doesn't work for light skin. It works very well for dark skin clients. So it's one of my to-go for dark skin. And now I'm using my blush, my beauty sponge, to apply this blush shade, which is called Headline from the TM Essentials. Using my beauty sponge to dab the entire face, the entire areas that I contoured, with the remaining excesses from my blush on the beauty sponge. As you can see, the blush, it is Headline from the TM Essentials. Perfect for dark skin. And then I'm going in with these two lip stain from Mino Beauty. I'm using this dark shade in Cocoa to outline her lips, and then I'm just going to be very careful. As you can see, her lips is small, so I cannot do much. We have come to the end of today's video. Please guys, remember to subscribe to my channel. Help me to share this video, like this video, and remember to comment. I will see you in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay happy, stay positive, and bye guys.